Hey guys, you're the best closer in your company. Every big deal goes through you. Your team calls you when things get tough and your revenue is completely stuck. Here's what nobody tells you. You're not the solution anymore. Hey guys, you're actually the problem. If you're a seven-figure entrepreneur who can't break through to eight figures, this video is going to change everything for you because the sales hat you're wearing is strangling your business. And I'm going to show you exactly how to take it off in the next 30 days. Hey, if you guys don't know me, my name is Robbie Summers. I've personally closed over $100 million in high-ticket sales. I've trained sales teams that have generated hundreds of millions more. And here's the crazy part, you guys, I did it all by breaking the number one rule every sales guru teaches. So in this video, I'm going to reveal three things to you. First of all, why are you being closer is actually destroying your ability to scale. And second, the exact system to transfer your magic into a repeatable process. And third, the 30 plan to remove yourself from sales without losing a single deal. By the end of this, you'll understand why staying in sales is the most expensive decision you're making right now. So let's get into it. Number one, why you're the worst salespeople for your own business. Let me tell you something that's going to sting. You're not a bottleneck because you're needed. You're a bottleneck because you taught everyone to need you. Think about what happens to your business right now. A sales call gets tough. Your rep doesn't know how to handle the objection. So what do? They call you. You jump on a call. You save the deal. Everyone celebrates. And guess what, though? You just made the problem worse because you didn't even teach them how to close. You taught them how to find you. You guys, here's the reality. Founders sell differently than everyone else. You have charisma. You have passion. You have the vision. And that's exactly why you can't scale. Your charisma buys deals, but it doesn't create a repeatable machine. Let me give you an example. Hey, you're on a sales call. You can pivot instantly. You read the room. You adjust your pitch. You throw in a story that perfectly addresses your fear. That's not sales. That's jazz. And jazz doesn't scale. You guys, your sales team, it needs sheet music. They need a system. They need a playbook that works when you're not in the room. And every time you step in to save a deal, you're training your team to be gatekeepers, not closers. They learn to escalate instead of owning. They learn to defer instead of decide. And your business becomes a stage show where you're the only magician who knows the trick. Hey, the moment you're sick, the show collapses. The moment you take vacation, revenue drops. The moment you try to hire another closer, they can't replicate what you do because what you do lives in your head, not in a system. Here's the most expensive part though. Your best closers, they're actually going to leave first. See, A players, they don't want to be babysat by the founder. They want ownership. They want autonomy. They want to build their own book of business. But if every deal requires your approval, they'll never get it. So what do? They leave. And you're stuck hiring B players who are comfortable being dependent, maybe even C players. And this means that you're stuck closing forever. So let me ask you a question. How many deals did you close last month? Now ask yourself this. How many deals could your business have closed if you weren't the requirement? That gap is your scaling tax. If you have to be involved in every single deal, you can't grow and you're paying for it every single month. And so the exact system that we're going to work on to help you to transfer what it is that you're doing into a repeatable process is I get now, okay, hey, you realize, you understand you've got to get out of sales. The question is, how do I take what's in my head and put it in somebody else's? And most founders think that's impossible. They say things like, nobody can sell like me. Nobody knows the product like me. My clients only trust me. And your clients follow because you're setting them up in this pattern. What you don't realize is that every single deal that you're doing, you're not creating those repeatable processes. So every time you get on, you're building rapport, you're identifying pain, you're connecting that pain to a future state, you're presenting a solution, you're handling objections, and you're asking for the sale. That's not magic, that's a process. The reason it feels like magic is because you've done it so many times that it's automatic that you don't even have to think about it anymore. Hey, but if you recorded your last 10 sales calls and transcribed them, you'd see a pattern. Hey, same stories, same objection responses, same closing language. All that can be documented, all that can be taught, and all that can be replicated. Here's a framework I use. I call it the transfer system. Step one is map. You document every step of your sales journey. What triggers each phase? What evidence do you look for? What do you say? Step two is articulate. You turn your intuition into explicit scripts. Not word for word robots, but decision rules. If they say this, you say this. If they object here, you respond with this. And when you have those scripts, now all of a sudden they have something to follow. Step three is practice. Role play with your closer. Not because they're copying you, but because they want to be able to understand and answer the questions, the problems, the concerns, the exact same way you would if you were on the call and they understand the logic. Step four is you standardize. You build templates, email sequences, proposal forms, qualification checklists, everything that they're going to need to remove decision fatigue from that prospect or that client. Step five is empower. Hey, you give them authority. You always set limits on it, but you give them authority. They can approve deals up to a certain size. They can offer discounts within a range. They own the outcome. Now, all of a sudden, it's something that they own. They can take ownership of it and build and grow. Guys, they own that outcome. And step 6 is a track. You measure how often they handle calls solo. You track escalation frequency. You monitor win rates. And you adjust the playbook based on what's working. You guys, this isn't theory. I've used this exact system to train closers who outperform me in 90 days. Not because they were better salespeople, but because I gave them a better system. Here's what you need before you step back. 3 documents. The offer map. Okay, so this is your exact pricing, deliverables, and non-negotiables. No more ad hoc discounts, no more custom packages, no more Wild West. Everything is documented. You've got an objection library. If you think about it, you probably know the top 20 objections that you get on every sales call. Go through and ask yourself those questions and answer them exactly the way that you would for those particular questions. Your closer should never, ever come across an objection that they don't know how to handle, they don't know how to work with or work for. And then the escalation matrix. This tells them when to call you and how, what information they need, what's the format, what's the threshold. Hey, if you guys have these 3 documents, you can step out of sales tomorrow. Without them, you're just hoping your closers that they figure it out. And guys, hope's for people who play the lottery, not for people with a strategy. Okay. And so we want to make sure we got this strategy. Guys, the 30-day plan to remove yourself. Let's get tactical. So I'm going to give you the exact 30-day plan to remove yourself from closing. Same plan I've used with dozens, hundreds of entrepreneurs, and it works every single time. Week 0 is prep. You're going to document your last 30 closed deals. What were the steps? What objections came up? What pricing concessions did you make? Write it all down. Then you're going to pick your first closer. Don't pick the person with the most experience. Pick the person with the most grit, the person who's coachable, the person who recognizes patterns. Finally, you're going to decide what your guardrails are. What's your pricing floor? What red flags they have for your approval? What's a step-up process? You're going to record 5 live sales calls, transcribe them, timestamp every objection and how you responded. Then you're going to build out a decision playbook and 10 common objection flows, the acceptable responses, the concessions you're willing to make. And you're going to create the offer sheet. So it's got price, tiers, add-ons, non-negotiables, everything's in writing. Week 2 is conversion. You're going to write the sales script, open, qualifying, value, closing language. You're going to build out the qualification checklist. The must-pass criteria before someone gets on a call with you guys. Then you're going to run 5 role-play sessions with your closer. You're going to give them feedback. You're going to refine. You're going to practice until it's smooth. Week 3 is shadowing. Your closer is going to take the lead on the calls in week 3. Okay, you're going to listen in, but you're not going to speak unless something really goes off the rails, and gradually you're going to reduce your intervention. You're only available for pricing or scope above a certain threshold, and you're going to keep the KPIs. You're going to track them. Conversion rate, deal size, time to close, escalation rate. Week 4 is hands off. You're stepping out of live calls entirely. You're available for 1 hour a day for office hours. That's it. Your closer is going to send you a daily escalation report, tough decisions, tough cases, outcomes, things of that. And you're going to freeze deal exceptions. Any exception has to be logged and justified. At the end of week 4, you're going to make a public announcement. Your closer is now the owner of sales. You're going to celebrate him. You're going to give him credit, and then you're going to step back. After day 30, you're going to iterate. Weekly playbook revisions based on lost deals. You're going to identify the 3 deal types that still need you when you need to get involved. You're going to productize them. You're going to rebalance compensation, reward, ownership, and deal quality and quantity, not just volume. This plan works, guys. I've seen it work with real estate agents, SaaS founders, coaches, consultants, authors. The only time it doesn't work is when the founder refuses to let go. Guys, this brings me to the final piece. The entire process fails if you don't make one shift. A psychological shift from doer to leader. See, most founders tie their identity to closing deals. They think, I'm the closer means I'm the business. That's the trap. Your identity is not your job. Your identity is the architect. You're not the best salesperson. You're the person who builds a system that creates the best salespeople. Leadership's ROI is multiplied in people, not in closed deals. You guys get that? Leadership's ROI is multiplied in people, not in closed deals. So every time you close a deal, you get one result. Every time you train a closer, you get infinite results. Guys, that's leverage. Here's the shift you got to make. Stop being the fixer. Start being the designer. Every time something breaks, don't fix it. Design a system so it doesn't break again. Guys, stop being the hero. Start being the coach. Celebrate your reps publicly. Critique them privately. Make learning visible. Stop operating from scarcity. Stop operating from multiplication. Guys, accept that your closer might have a lower close rate for the first 30 days. That's the cost of leverage. And it's worth it because in 90 days, with the right system in place, they're going to match and outperform you in 6 months. And in a year, you're going to have a team of closers who don't need you at all. Guys, that's when your business really becomes scalable. That's when you unlock the next multiple. That's when you stop being the ceiling. So here's the truth, guys. Scaling doesn't mean you close more. It means you're no longer the reason people close. If every deal still needs you, you don't have a business, you got a job. And that job is capping your revenue. The sales hat is killing your business and it's time to take it off. Hey guys, use this 30-day plan I just gave you. Build out the 3 documents first, train your closer, step back. Your business will thank you, your family will thank you, and guys, your bank account is definitely gonna thank you. Now, if you wanna go deeper on how to actually train your closer without losing deal quality, I made a video that breaks down the exact scripts and objection handling frameworks I use. It's the next step after this. Go watch that now. Hey guys, I'll see you there. Click like if this video helped you out. Thanks guys.